Hey everybody, it's Christy with Moonrain Chats with Christy, and I am once again at the NCHA Futurity in Fort Worth, Texas, and I want to introduce you to someone that has been in the industry for quite a while. She's still so very young. But Brenda with Calvin Allen Saddlery is here with me today, and I want you guys to learn about this great company. So grab a cup of coffee and let's chat. Okay, so it's Futurity time, and anytime you're at the Futurity and you're going to be in the exhibit hall, you're going to see Brenda. Brenda, how many years have you and Calvin been doing anything NCHA?
So my husband started his business in 75, and actually the exhibit hall wasn't even in existence then. He would go over to the box seats and he started making handmade saddles, and there really wasn't anybody that came to the shows or anything then, and so he would set up stuff in the box seats, and he kept trying to talk them into having, booths. So finally they started setting up around the corridor, and then now then it has grown to.
So he's basically responsible for all of this.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. 1975.
Yeah,
Wow.
when he started his business.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is he still making saddles today?
Yes, he still makes saddles.
So you guys have a whole like empire. You have your own company. And tell us a little bit about that. You're close to here.
Our store's like 17 miles from here in Hudson Oaks.
Okay.
It's right as you get into Weatherford.
Okay.
And we're on the interstate. We built our store about 30 years ago.
Okay.
We've been there 30 years. We moved to Weatherford about 33 years ago. And when we did, we still live where we do. And we there was a breeding barn there. So we turned that into our shop.
Oh, that's
so we
cool.
decided, and actually it was really kind of fun because I rodeoed them and still
Yeah.
barrel raced, and
Yeah.
I rode barrel horses and stuff. So I could go in and work, and then I could go saddle my horses, stick them on the walker, and ride them. But Calvin was like, "Oh, we need to get a store," and so we finally found some land and bought it and built where we are today.
So is he pretty much put you in charge of running the store?
Uh-huh.
He does.
Yes, and with our daughter, she's 30. And when I'm not there, she pretty much runs the store and tries to keep the guys in line and back. But that's a full-time job.
Yeah. So how many people do you have making saddles?
Well, so my husband and we have two other guys, but the one is he's never really been in good health. He had cancer when he was young, and so he has diabetes now. So he really can't do a whole lot now. But he's worked for us 30 years, so. When he wants to come in, we just said, whenever you want to work, you can.
That's cool. So he's part of the family.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Most of the people that work for us have worked for us for, the girl that makes our chaps, she's worked for us for about close to 30 years.
Wow.
So
that's a good legacy.
Yeah. So we all the people that work for us are very much like family.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, you make saddles. You make shaps. What else do you make?
So we make all the reins, the headstalls, all the parts for the saddles. We make the belts, anything pretty much leather. We make. We don't make the stirrups or
the wood and the steel.
Like
the metal. Yeah.
But anything pretty much to do with the saddle, we make all the parts. We do repair work. We do more repair work on other people's saddle than we do ours because ours are made to last.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So clothing. So that's a whole nother.
So when me and Calvin got married, all basically he had was the tag. That's all he did. I rodeoed, and when I was in high school, I worked at a Western store. And after I got out of high school, the people I worked for in high school, they really sold their building, but they kept everything and moved it in a mall just because they wanted me to still work for them. And finally one day I said, look, if y'all are just keeping this open for me.
How nice is that?
Don't, because they were older. And I said, if y'all are just keeping this open for me.
Yeah.
Don't. I've got plenty of other things I can do. So they shut down, and I went to work for another lady, but I was still rodeoing a lot. That was pretty much what I liked to do. And so but I was always like fashion and hats and clothes. And so I wanted to incorporate all that in. And so slowly but surely, I turned it into a full-fledged
Western store.
I'm probably the only one that's got a full store going down the road.
That's
Everybody always goes, "Why do you take all this stuff?" I said, "Well, you never know what anybody's going to do."
that's true. It is a lot to set up
Yeah.
though. I
Okay.
mean, you have a very large booth.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But you know, you're a mainstay here. And so it's so interesting. It seems like no matter what the traffic is and everything, there's always somebody shopping with you because you have a following. And I think you've probably had people that have been following you since the beginning.
Yes, ma'am. I have a whole lot of loyal customers.
That's awesome. That says a lot about you guys.
Yeah, yeah, they're very loyal. I mean, I have a lot of friends, and they I know sometimes I think I know they don't need that.
They'll do
They'll
it.
buy stuff.
That's awesome. That's the
Yeah.
way it should be.
Yeah,
That's the way it should be.
yeah.
So, okay, so what other shows do you do?
So we do all the major cutting horse shows all around the world. I mean, like, so I start out in Abilene, and then I go to Georgia, and then I go from Georgia to Monroe, and well, actually back to Monroe, and then we do our super states here. We do
Yeah.
all three shows.
Yeah.
But then there's, we do several in Oklahoma.
So it's all cutting.
Yes, ma'am.
So you did barrels and what did Calvin show?
Yeah, Calvin rode cutting horses.
Okay.
I guess when my little girl was little, I wasn't really getting to go to many barrel races and stuff anymore. And so I decided I'd start cutting. So I just like I rode a couple of times, and I decided I was going to go on NCHA weekend and show. And I know the guy I was riding with then said, "Are you sure you want to go? I mean, you haven't hardly,
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, I'm just going to go get a rule book. I'll be good, And so I went and I took a horse that no one had ever won money on, and uh, I actually won second. And I would have won it if I hadn't have put my second hand on the rein. And
That's
so that kind
awesome.
of got me hooked on the bug.
Yeah.
And the next time I almost knocked the cow's horns off. I thought it was easy the first time.
You had it made the first
Yeah,
time.
but then, it's a
Yeah.
lot harder than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a big shift to go from full on 90 to nothing on a barrel horse to let's stop, zip, zip, zip.
You know
on a
what?
cutting
It's
horse.
really a lot alike.
Is it?
Cutters don't really want to say that because they think a lot of barrel horses are crazy. And
Yeah.
that's not really the truth.
No.
The people are kind of what make them
Yeah.
crazy.
It's like a dog. You're
Exactly. So Calvin when we first got married, he gave me this horse that was a cutter. And he said, "Here, you can have him. He just likes to run." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. He's so small. I'm not sure that he's going to be able."
ooh.
He's like, "Oh, no." Well, till this day, I have never rode a horse that could move one leg and be going full out blast. So I ran barrels on him about 4 years. And so then I decided I was going to practice on him one day cutting. And so I went over, and these people were like, "Wow, that's a good horse." And my trainer was like, "That's her barrel horse. That's not even her cutting horse." And they're like, "Are you kidding me?"
Wow.
And so I decided the next weekend, because I had not run him, I had never cut on him. And so the next weekend, I took him to the cutting after running barrels on him 4 years.
You'd never done it before and you took him to a cutting with this horse.
Yeah, yeah. So I took it,
It's crazy.
and I won it both days on it.
Do you think that low, that really, you said he was a low slung horse, he was shorter.
Well, he was shorter, but he was fast.
Yeah, I
Very
just think
fast.
about the lower they are to the ground, the easier it is for
Yeah.
them to kind of get around. I showed reiners, and you don't want them too big because
Yeah.
then they can't get around them.
Well, a lot of, most of my barrel horses were like AAA running horses,
Yeah.
and they were bigger, but
Yeah.
he could run just as fast as they could.
Wow.
I mean, actually, he had more acceleration.
Wow.
But it was really surprising. Like anybody that ever seen him, they would go, "Oh my God." Like they said, "You cut on him last week." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you can do both on him."
That's a horse.
And I was top 10 in the world and cutting on him twice. Yeah, I mean, he was good. But he was really, in my opinion, a better barrel horse.
Wow.
But yeah, he was a really good barrel horse.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a great story. You're a dog woman too.
Oh yeah. Oh, too bad Sam's not here today.
I was
Sam-
going to say normally Sam's greeting everybody,
Yeah, so everybody knows Sam more than they do me.
especially if you have food.
At the last show in the summer, I'd been somewhere else, and this man said, "Are you the lady that was in Ardmore?" And I said, "Yeah." Well, we recognize Sam. So yeah,
For anybody out there that loves corgis, is Sam a long hair?
yeah,
What
he's a fluffy
a
corgi.
fluffy corgi.
Yeah.
He's really fluffy.
Yeah.
He's black and white and he's quite the character.
Yeah, Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to visit. I really wanted everybody to get to know you, and I'm sure there's everybody in this industry knows who you are, but there's a lot of people out there that do other events and other Western lifestyle things, and you guys are one of a kind.
Yeah.
And so I thought it'd be really neat for my audience to meet you guys. So thank you for your time today.
Welcome. Yeah. Hopefully that y'all come see us at the store. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And Hudson
Oaks.
Hudson Oaks.
415.
Do you,
We have lots of stuff. We have
do you have a like a website or okay?
Calvinallensaddlery.com.
Okay, so what we'll do in the description, everybody, we'll put her website and her location down so you can find them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, please, all of this. See you next.
Christi.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.